ArgusoogRadio.
This is Dr. John Waterman, and you're listening to the Waterman Files, and I'm coming to you from deep inside Highlander Doonvegan Castle. And we want to thank you for listening. And on that note, we have a very, very busy schedule today, and we have a lot to cover. And so we've got a guest, and Tobias is also on. Tobias, you on?
Yeah, I sure am. Hello, everybody.
Why don't you give us a little update about what's going on there, Tobias?
Sure, I sure will. First of all, I'd like to give a sincere thank you to everybody who's contacted us at the John Chronicles and the Waterman Files. In addition to some very important and interesting dialogue on a number of important subjects, there have been a lot of very, very kind and thoughtful comments regarding the information we're able to make available through various means, including the John Chronicles and the Waterman Files through ArgusoogRadio, of course. Also a number of people from various forums, including the Project Avalon forum. I'd really like to say hello to John's listeners from Avalon and thank them for their feedback and support. Obviously, the more you communicate with us, the more we're able to know what's important to you, and this helps to prioritize the information and subject matter that we can focus on ourselves. I also wanted to say a few words about an incident that happened within the last week that really underscores the reality that we are in an information war. Many of you may already be aware that a few days ago, notwithstanding the fact that we have all of our files backed up on 3 unique and separate servers, a couple of things disappeared from all 3 locations. It's interesting to note the subject matter of the information that was taken or deleted centered around 2 main things, one being who the Nephilim are, and 2, who or where Israel is at this current time in history.
Imagine that, Tobias.
Isn't that just a surprise, John? You and I have certainly mentioned on many, many occasions that there's a very real, very serious threat in our world today. The threat comes from a certain group of individuals whose primary mission has been to hide and confuse and distort who's behind the major crisis on the planet. And any of you who have heard the various chronicles or Waterman Files will certainly know who we're talking about, and I wouldn't be surprised if the subject of these individuals comes up with Dr. Waterman's guest today. In the meantime, I will close by giving out some contact information here. To reach us at the John Chronicles, please email any community or script inquiries to community@mailvault.com. We also have the John Chronicles at mailvault.com for anything else to do with subjects from the website or the blog. And just in closing here, I wanted to mention we are aware that MailVault is not always accessible. We do have a backup email address, and that address is thejohnchronicles@bigstring.com. So if you have any problems, and again, thank you to everybody who advised us in the last week or two that we're having problems getting email from them through the MailVault system. I do want to point out the fact that the reason MailVault goes down, or shuts down rather, is very intentional, and that is, as you've explained, John, to prevent any attacks on their servers. And after what we've experienced this week with some very lengthy and important audio files going missing, again, that just underscores the need to keep the MailVault system available to us. And obviously, it depends on the subject matter that you're emailing us. If it's something that's, not too secretive or private, then certainly I welcome you to send email to the Big String email account. But otherwise, we will try to continue to work with MailVault because of security issues.
Thanks, Tobias. Thanks a lot. Got any more?
Nope, that's everything. Thanks, everybody. It's great to talk with you, and have a great show.
thanks to Tobias. Tobias is there diligently working his heart out to help all this come about, and would like to say that, of course, the main email to us is Dr. for Dr. John Waterman at ArgusoogRadio.org, and that's spelled ARGUSOOG. And there's a reason for that name. If you're listening on the podcast and you're not sure where it's come from, it is ArgusoogRadio.org that you're listening to right now. And again, it's the Waterman Files. And I want to thank all of you for your emails. And I want to tell you really, really important information. Not only did servers get hacked for particular content, and all of them were the same in all three separate areas, but we have responded to everybody timely. And if you haven't received an email, it's likely it got routed somewhere else. So please be aware that emails are not getting to recipients that we send out sometimes, and let us know as soon as you think you should have gotten a reply. We try to make that happen in a day or two. And one of the ways we can make it happen more reliably is that you get to MailVault and sign up for a free account. That way we'll be on the same server. The only way it wouldn't work is when, see, MailVault is the good white hat guys. And when they get attacked, it's intentional. It looks like it's a lot of unscrupulous government IDs included. They will shut the MailVault server down to bounce those back and clog their own attack up. And so then they open it back up, which is, it's down not because it's unreliable. It's down because it's protecting everybody and their email servers, okay? And these are the guys that are involved in freedom and privacy issues, and they're very adamant about protecting it. So that's why we could probably reliably count on a MailVault unless it's just not turned on. And it's not very often that it's down for more than a day. So that's what I was trying to say, and he was too. Tobias was saying to sign up for MailVault to ensure that it's received. And also, you can cloak yourself, and we have a listener, Baggy Wrinkle, suggested Trilight Zone, not Twilight. Trilight Zone is a good place, good, inexpensive place to cloak and get an IP address hidden, and it has other services and is very inexpensive. So, with that said, I want to make some more announcements here. What I want to make an announcement is something called Communiversity. Communiversity is about to start. Now, this is for the community at large. And what it is about is that I've made arrangements with a university out of Colorado that offers online classes to provide for us at Communiversity a vehicle free that will allow us to provide classes, both live and pod video type classes that stay online on any topic that you might want to teach. It might be about canning. It might be about making cob houses or rammed earth homes or solar energy or gardening, or it might be classes on history, whatever you'd like. And on top of that, we can, there's an arrangement made with them to, of course, have a revenue stream and, of course, pay you if it's podcast again. And they have a network of people that might be interested, plus our own network of people. And that is about ready to happen. So, if you're interested in providing classes, I want you to contact us, and you can contact us at community@MailVault. And here's another one. TheCommuniversity@gmail.com. Now, Communiversity is spelled with one M. So it's C-O-M University. COMUNIVERSITY. Communiversity